boy, it's Monday. Welcome back, everybody. Good to be here as always. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Here we are, another week. November 14th of 2002. I'm sorry, 2022. Go back. I'm traveling here. Come on in, everybody. Grab your coffee, your tea, whatever your pleasure is today. Have a seat. Let's hang out and talk a little bit. See what we got going on this week. Can't wait to get going, guys. So good to have you guys here, as always. What's up? What's up? What is up, everybody? How we doing today? Good to see you. And oh my goodness, you didn't even give me a chance to get in the door, Miss Sherry Lee. And we got a super sticker already. First one of the day. Look at that. It's gonna be a good week, guys. Gonna be a good week. Thank you so very much, Miss Sherry Lee. I very much do appreciate that. More than you know. Get everything set up. See what we got going on here. Come on in, everybody. Have a seat. Good afternoon, Miss Morticia. How are you today? Good to see you. Where are we at here? Okay, there we go. And once again, thank you so much, Miss Shirley. Very much appreciated. Great way to start today. Let's see who we got in the house. Lance, the Wolf Nation. What's up, Miss Evil Queen Morticia? So great to have you here, sis. Miss Michelle Wilkinson. Awesome. Always to see you. Faux Popper, my brother. What is happening today? Good to see you. Good to see you. Pamela Gribben, how are things over the pond? Good to see you. That is a Christmas tree. I'll show you the whole thing here in a minute. Good afternoon. What's up, stranger? Good to see you, brother. What else do we have? Miss Daisy Dead's in the house. And again, Miss Sherry Lee. Holly Anomalies here. What's up? What's up? Always a pleasure. And Miss Just Spacey Stacy, it's so good to see you, sis. Haven't seen you in a while. I hope everything's going well. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Hope to see you again soon as well, my dear. Miss Bonnie Bailey, welcome. Good to see you all. And hello, Mother, Miss Gosnell. Good to see you as well. Hope you're having a good afternoon, Mom. Strike first. How are we doing, sir? Hope you're feeling better. Out of the hospital, home relaxing, enjoying yourselves. Mr. David James, my friend, how are you, brother? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Staying safe over there. Okay, let me see here. Hope everybody's having a great start to their week. And I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Good to hear, Strike. I hope you're doing good, brother. Healing up, taking it easy. Don't be pushing it too far, bud. Didn't even get a chance to see. Let me see here. Where we at? Where we at? Anybody else? Come on in, guys. Get comfortable. Make yourselves at home. What's up, Izzy Rose? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to have you here. Come on in, everybody. Have a seat. Get comfy. Come on in. Come on in. You too. Come on in. Oh, excuse me. Welcome, Miss Squirrel. Good to have you. Thank you for letting me know that. There's been a struggle with that bad lately. Anybody that did get a notification via YouTube, please throw a one in the chat for me real quick so I can keep track of this, please. Much appreciated if you could. How are you doing today? Squirrel Sandwich on the mic. How are you, my brother? Good to see you, as always. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wake up, YouTube. Do your job. You're supposed to be letting everybody know what's going on. And you are not. Fail, fail, fail. You want us to do our thing, you got to do your thing too. What's fair is fair. Come on in. Come on in. Good morning, Miss Holly. How are you today? Good golly, where's Miss Molly? I hope she got a notification. I hope so. I was following the AWP stuff. Welcome. It's me, Candy Morgan. Good to see you. I am following it. I'm not doing a lot with it. I prefer not to even go into that stuff. For now, everybody's covering it. There's enough people covering it, I promise. What's up, Vicky? Good to see you. Mrs. Linda Pindard, thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, I know. It's been pretty bad, Squirrel. Everybody's been complaining about it again. It was doing all right for a while there. Everybody was getting their notifications, and now it is quite touchy, Candy. So good to know, David. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad some of you guys are getting them. See all these greens in here, all you meatballs. Come on in here. Jump into sauce with me. Sauce it up, guys. See what we can figure out today. Thank you so much, Mr. Lance. You don't get notifications, Linda. I'm sorry to hear that. Was the one? Yes, it was, Holly. That's okay. Sorry. Thank you, Vicky. I appreciate that. Yeah. I'm doing okay, Miss Linda. Thank you so much for that, for asking. Were you talking to me, Michelle, about Trinity? Or were you talking to someone else? I'm doing well, Miss Linda. How are you today? I hope so. Yeah, I did. We did talk about her the other day. I think it was Saturday. Another interesting case, another weird one, and of course, Truckee, Placer, California area. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. It's starting to become a regular thing once a week over there. I think we're going to get something now. I did see that squirrel. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? I don't know if the rest of you guys saw that one. Did you see the article about 4 college students in Idaho killed in a home near campus? 3 women and 1 man, which was the boyfriend. Interesting. Welcome, Brad. Absolutely, my friend. There again, guys. This is the Brad, Jack of all adventures. I had asked you guys to check him out. He does a little bit of everything. He's driving down south right now in his Tesla. If you guys want to do me a favor, go over again for those of you that haven't yet. If you could, please go sub up to him. Check him out. He does a lot of different things. Very interesting. He's I would call what you call an expert of electric. He's got a little bit of everything electrical. But check him out, guys. It's very interesting to see. Something different every time. You ever get bored with me, go check him out. Check out all the things he does. All sorts of new stuff. All the electric toys you can have. And they're fun, too. Promise you that. But yeah, guys, if you haven't subbed up to him, check him out, please. Much appreciated. Thank you very much, Strike. I appreciate that. Good to see you, Brad. Once again, be safe out there, bud. And I hope you found that charging station. Yeah, absolutely, sir. You are more than welcome for the comments. Thank you, Lance. I appreciate that. And let your friends know too, guys. Like I said, it's a little bit everything, as the title says. Brad, Jack of all adventures. A little bit everything going on. He's got anything electric. You can find a 1-wheel electric. I can't ever think of what that electric something foil. It's like an electric surfboard. Pretty interesting, guys. Electric bikes, Teslas, of course. It's always an interesting scenario over there with him. But please check it out. Oh, there we go. Looking to the search dogs that Candace Cooley asked to donate to. Channel said they would add it and did not for some reason. She did add it to it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was looking for it too and couldn't find it, Squirrel. So I'm glad you at least found it. Take your no worries, Daisy. Welcome. Come on in. Glad to have you here. You're in Mountain Hope. Good deal. So you found the other one then. Okay. I do have my Christmas tree up, Miss Linda. I have 2 of them up, actually. I have one up in the living room and one in the den. My wife said she needed a little holiday cheer, something good. So we put them up. Of course, the grandkids wanted to do it too. Gotta love it. I don't know how well you guys can see this one, but maybe. Well, that's the... That's the one with colored lights. I have another one in the back den. This one, see, here's the deal with this, guys. I'll tell you, I'm a crybaby and a whiner, as my mother could tell you. Here we go. And thank you, Miss Holly. It looks better close to my camera. If I had a better camera, which I got to get a new camera. This camera's horrible, you guys. I like the multicolored lights. I always have ever since I was a kid. And my wife likes the white lights. Okay. Excuse me. Thank you, Miss Linda. So now that we have a large enough home, we have hers is in the den, and it's got all the white lights and the red ribbons, and it's really pretty actually. Though I'll have to take a picture and show you guys. It's nice. Um, and then I get mine here by me. She thought it would look nice there and in the background while I'm doing my live stream, so it's okay. So be it. Because typically, the tree would be right where I'm sitting in this corner that I have my little office thing set up here. So we had to kind of move it. And she goes, well, if nothing else, at least they'll get to have something nice to look at. I said, anything's better than my face, right? Now, don't say that. I got yelled at for that one. So thank you, Lance. I appreciate that. It is a nice picture. That's nice. It's like something moved. Oh, I know what's going on. There's a fan on my ceiling fan's blowing, and I'm like, why is everything moving behind me? It's a ghost. Good morning, Miss Cheryl Manzella. How are you? Oh, that's awesome, Izzy. I'm so glad to hear that. So glad to hear that. That's amazing. God bless you. That's awesome. Yeah, it is. It's a 7.5 foot, I believe. I can't think of the type. They're both fake. They're not real trees because there's no way in hell we could put them up this soon and they'd live. And then we have a blue spruce in the back room. That one looks and feels real to touch. Like I actually hurt myself putting it up because I kept poking myself on the needles. This is I think it's a Douglas fir. Like I said, if I had a better camera, which I will be getting soon, I hope, it would focus in on it and you guys would have a better picture. This whole thing's going to change here fairly soon. Once I get a better camera, I'm going to have a better background for you to look at more than just my front door. And at least now you have something else to look at behind me. But so we'll have a better background and all that. I'm trying to figure out. Everybody was telling me to put together this wish list thing and to stick it on here. Thank you, Daisy. I appreciate that. For my stuff that I'm trying to get in here. I don't know how to do it. I have it put together. I have a desk on there and I have the camera and all this other crap I have on there. Eventually I'll put it all together, but yeah, we've had the one behind me. Good Lord. I want to say 5 years. Because we had another one and it got ruined and our basement flooded out. I saw that, Lance, unfortunately. I definitely don't like Ohio State. Bama won. That's what matters to me. And my stupid Cleveland Browns lost again. So irritated with them. I do not believe so, Squirrel, but that's quite interesting. Damn. Really? The article about the house in California that was hit by a meteorite and obliterated. I imagine it would be obliterated, but that's crazy as hell. We don't have anything outside yet, but it'll get there, I'm sure. I'm sure. Hope you guys again are having a great start to your week. I wonder if I pulled this. See, that's why I have to get that other camera because this does not focus. It doesn't matter what I do. It's still blurry. The other one I have that I'm looking at, it's a Vitade. I think it's pronounced Vitade. Oh, I just messed everything up. I had a perfect, almost. Hold on, guys. Here we go. A Vitade camera, and it's got the zoom, auto zoom, and autofocus. And it's got like a little remote or something to do that with. You can zoom in and out on it. That way it doesn't look like it's so close to my face. So, thank you, Linda. We have 3 different types of lights on there. We have LED lights. We have an old set that we've had that actually does things. It flickers and blinks and all that crap, which we don't, my wife doesn't care for that too much. And then we just have a plain old boring set of colored lights. I don't blame you, Izzy. I don't blame you. Nobody wants to come here. Everybody's trying to get out of here. Good morning, Miss Denise. Good to see you. Where is Miss Molly? Miss Brandy's not going to be here today because she is spending the day with her child. It's his birthday. So I said, and she even told me about it last week and reminded me yesterday. I said, no worries. You don't have to tell me. Family first, always. There's good golly, Miss Molly's in the house. Thank the Lord. Good to see you. How are you today, my dear? Tell you what, guys, Miss Molly has been a busy beaver. She's been every day. I get multiple things from her all day long. You keep me busy, Molly. I'll tell you that much. That's a fact. That is a fact. Hope you had a great weekend, Molly. Good to see you here. I've been painting. Spilled my paint over me. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Good to see you, Donna. Welcome. And there it goes. I swear to God, it's like radar. As soon as I do this, my phone, they pick up on it. Like, okay, let's call them. Drive them nuts. Every time. Every time, you guys. Come on in, guys. Get comfortable. Nancy Pelosi's house. It probably was. It'd be nice if it was, though, wouldn't it, David? Yeah, that was nice try. I'm so glad I have that program on my phone when it rings. Spam. No spam allowed. It has been cold here too, Molly. Super cold. I wish I was popular. Oh, I sure do, Miss Donna. As you can see, it's not very clear. I apologize. Crappy camera, but we have 2. Actually, we have 3. I'll be honest with you guys. And another one's going to go up too. My wife is a what's the right word to use here? Let me think about this. Connoisseur, maybe, because that sounds good, of Christmas trees. We have one here in my living room. We have one in our den. I have a small one on my back deck. And there's one in my garage. Dolly Parton is getting $1 million from Jeff Bezos to donate it to. Good for her. That's awesome. That is awesome. Good for her. That's an interesting piece of info, though. Tell you what I wonder is what's up with the what's up with the WUNDAS. I'm sure you guys have all been seeing that. The Michael Vaughn case. My wife is a huge fan of Dolly Parton's too. I think we'll probably have 5, honestly, guys, by the end of the month. Because she wants another one for the front porch. And and I'm kind of jealous. My mother found one. I'm sure you guys all remember the little ceramic Christmas trees that have the little plastic lights in them. Those things are awesome. Nothing yet, Donna. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. But the ceramic ones that you plug in and it's got the roller light switch on it, and it pops on. You've never seen or heard of the ceramic Christmas trees, Izzy? Are you kidding me? Oh, buddy, those are awesome, and they're like far few in between too. They're hard to find. My mom went to like a thrift store, was just looking, checking things out, and I remember her having one when I was a kid. How it didn't end up broken, I don't know. It should have, because I know I played with it a lot. The little plastic lights that would stick out of it, it should have been broke. I'm probably telling on myself right now, but that's okay. Um, I agree with you, Molly. I'm very angry about it too. They're expensive though, Cheryl. I mean, super expensive. If you buy them brand new, I mean, you can find them on Amazon and stuff, but they're really expensive nowadays. And my mother had one like almost my entire childhood. I swear to God. And it was just one of the coolest little things in the world. I loved it. And it just has a regular one light bulb inside of it, and it fits up through the bottom, if I remember right. And then it's got multiple lights, different colors all over it. You turn that roller switch on, and plunk, you got a little Christmas tree. Um, so she found one that was all messed up and weird looking and everything, blues and different colors. And good to see you, Miss April. And she repainted it all, and she got her set up now. She's supposed to send me some pictures of it since she finished it. I haven't seen it yet, but uh-oh. 1 second, everybody. Be right with you guys. It's Mrs. Dago. All right. Well, that didn't work out well. And there it goes again. Let's try this one more time, guys. She must be outside on her break because her call keeps dropping every time she calls me. So my apologies, everybody. So yeah, well, I've been watching this stuff with Michael, or Monkey, I should call him, over the weekend, and burnt my tongue this morning. Sorry, guys. I agree with you, Cheryl. That is pretty sick. It's really disgusting that Brandy had to call out and ask people not to call and stay out of it. I mean, that's sad. It is. That is sad. Yeah, she's been there. I agree with you, April. I really do. Yeah, that would be funny because I can see Brandy thrashing her with no problem whatsoever. Right. I do know one thing. That the WUNDAS, I think it's Sarah was actually charged now with not, and this charge is goofy. I've never heard of this before. Not reporting a death to the police and the coroner. That's her charge. And Stacy hasn't been charged yet. Oh, okay. At last I knew, Stacy wasn't arrested. Okay. But Sarah's been sitting there for, good God. How long's she been in there, you guys? Like 9 months or something like that. And for people to say that they're not involved, I mean, come on. Oh, okay, yes. She was already there, and I think she was just recharged, Mike. Maybe she'll tell on herself, Squirrel. As far as Billy Joe goes, maybe she'll tell on herself. Yeah, I think we're all pretty sick of that crew, Holly. I really do. I agree, Lance. Good morning, Miss Christie. It's good to see you. Thank you for joining us today. Yeah, Stacy's been in jail for quite a long time. Or I mean, Sarah. I thought. I'm sorry. Oh, was that what happened? Okay, I had it backwards. Then I'm sorry. Sarah just got picked up. Okay, I got you. Then I had it backwards. I was watching two different newsreels on it. This is a really sad case too. It is. It's a cute little guy. And his parents are fully involved in what's going on with him. And I'll tell you what, I will say this much. The sheriff on this one, and this is a small little area too, a little podunk town type thing. He's 100% involved, like on top of this, and he's inviting as far as people that want to help with things. I mean, that's good law enforcement, guys. I'm impressed with them for real. Oh, really? Really, Squirrel? Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, Cheryl, I can understand that. I probably would be too if I was going through what they're going through. It's so sad. Sarah was arrested. States. That's what I. Okay, yeah, I got it. Thank you, Molly. I knew it was one way or the other. I get their names mixed up for whatever reason sometimes. Yeah. Yep. Sheriff Huff. He's on it. He reminds me a little bit of Grady Judd. It's a Michael Vaughn, or Monkey Vaughn, they call him. He went missing um, July 27th of 2021. It was right along the same lines as when Summer Wells went missing within a month, and kind of was like following them both. Um, and Summer's case heated up a lot quicker and a lot more. So I was involved in that one a lot. So, I never really got the chance to go back to Michael's. There was really nothing going on with it. Although I am going to say that I think quite a few people had thoughts on some of those houses down that way. So I'm not saying I didn't pinpoint that one in particular, their house, by any means. I absolutely agree with your comment, though, April. I'm so tired of seeing deceased children. It's sick. Yeah, Fruitland has been on top of this one, guys. They really have. I wish that all these other law enforcement agencies would be like take some hints from these guys, because they are they're on top of this, like, without fail, period. Yeah, I agree, Molly. Oh, yeah, they didn't just drop it. It dropped and rolled away, and it was never found again. Same with Kylie's case. That ball just disappeared. So yeah, there's a lot. Dylan, come on, Dylan's case. We all know how that one went. Yep, that's a fact, Izzy. Mr. Ronnie Lawson, he was too busy covering up for his cousin, as always. This little RSO boy. Yeah, I was kind of surprised too. I didn't forget about it. We had actually somebody had just mentioned it when I said I was going to start jumping on some cold cases. And then boom, and I was just like, wow, okay. So all we got to do is mention it; it'll pop up. And this one, I have a bad feeling. I'm actually kind of scared. I was hoping that he had walked away and maybe was abducted, and that they would find him and bring him home and everything would be good. And I just have a very bad feeling about this, you guys. I really do. I don't even want to say it, but I have a bad feeling. Good morning, Miss Karen. Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. And yes, Lance, Kylie Rodney, rest in peace. Absolute. Yeah, it was, Cheryl. Literally a couple weeks. Like I said, Summer went missing June 15th, and Michael went missing July 27th. So it was within weeks, and it just like it was a lot back then. And you guys know how Summer's case went. We were fully enveloped with that completely, and everything was real quiet, real quick too with Michael's case. So that's an understatement, Karen. Ronnie Lawson is definitely a piece of work, a piece of something. I don't know what it is, but you can make your guesses on that one, guys. Miss Heather's in the house. Good to see you, my dear. I hope everything went well today for you, Miss Heather, as I figured it would. Satin B, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us today as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be too, Donna. That's why I said I'm kind of scared, but I already have. It's been long enough that if they find anything, that's what it's going to be. Unfortunately, they're not going to. Now, there was a rumor going around that it may not even be him, that they have a hit on something that may be something else. And it's like, what? So that would be pretty wild. Miss Karen says, good morning, fellow meatballs. How is everybody today? Come on in, soak in the sauce with me. Let's jab back and forth a little bit. Pacific Breezy, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Miss Heather says, hello, Holly, Pamela, Squirrel, Satin Bee, and Karen. Again, for those of you that are just coming in, I hope you guys had a great weekend and are having a great start to your Monday. No worries, Denise. Take your time if you need to, and do what you got to do, and we'll be here. I feel the same way too, Izzy. I really do. That's very possible, Donna. Donna and Candace. If they don't, they need to be gagged. In my opinion, they gagged me. So thank you, Miss Heather. Absolutely. Once again, for those of you that have donated via the PayPal and/or the Cash App, I want to thank you all. From my whole family, from the bottom of our hearts, it's very well, very much, and very well appreciated. Um, very, very much, guys. We love you and we appreciate you so much for that. We really do. For those of you guys that are not familiar, I know there was a couple people that said that. Michael Vaughn, like I said, I'll go ahead and read this to you real quick. This is in Fruitland, Idaho. Let me show you this here real quick, guys, just to give you just a little generalized scenario on what's going on. I'm sure anybody that followed it didn't forget it, so I don't have to remind you guys. But Michael Vaughn, they called him Monkey. Like I said, he's just a beautiful little boy. He really is. Michael Joseph Vaughn was an energetic, playful 5-year-old boy growing up in Fruitland, Idaho. He was so energetic and playful, in fact, that he earned himself the nickname Monkey. Michael loved cars, especially race cars, and his mom, Brandy, described her son as all boy. On the evening of July 27th of 2021, Michael walked out of his house hoping to find a friend to play outside with. He went to a few neighbors' homes to see if their children could come out and play, but found no one. Meanwhile, back in the home, Brandy was ordering dinner for their family. She was unaware that Michael had slipped out the door. Little Michael Vaughn, or Monkey, has not been seen since. Where is Michael Joseph Vaughn? He's adorable. Look at him. This case takes us to the state of Idaho. Fruitland is part of the Payette County and is located, of Payette County, and is located about an hour from Boise. It lies along U.S. Route 95 in the Treasure Valley of southwest Idaho, sitting on the border with Oregon. Fruitland itself is a small town, typically a safe town, with a population of around 5,000. In general, it's known as an agricultural area, and there are lots of parks and rural areas very close by, including the Snake River, the Payette National Forest, and the Boise National Forest. In other words, if you look at Google Maps, you will see a lot of green. That's a bad thing, by the way, guys. That just means that there is a whole lot of terrain to cover that's covered already with shrubbery and greenery and trees and all of that fun stuff, which makes it, of course, harder when it comes to looking for him. The area where Michael lived with his family was a quiet neighborhood, mostly ranch-style houses with smaller lots and a pretty open area. Not many trees or obstructions, although many of the houses do have privacy fences. Michael Street Southwest 9th Street is a relatively short dead-end road. On the evening of the 27th, the heat of the summer in Fruitland, Idaho, Brandy Neal and her husband were discussing what to order for dinner. Around 6:30, unbeknownst to them, 5-year-old Michael slipped out of the garage door. Brandy didn't hear him leave, and since their front door makes a lot of noise and would be more difficult for Michael to slip out there, she knew he must have gone out the garage door. And see, that's scary, you guys. And it's not their fault, you know. These kids some of them are very hyperactive. My 16-year-old Caden was like that, and he would do that all the time. We had to lock our house down. And again, we thought we were always on top of it, constantly watching him. And we had 6 other kids in the house that would be watching him too, because he was constantly trying to get out that door. He wanted to go outside. One day my wife was out walking the neighborhood, like just exercise, walking through the neighborhood with one of her friends that lived down the road. And I had him with me in the house, and I would have to take him to the bathroom with me to go to the bathroom and walk him in his room to play with the toys, which was a diagonal from the bathroom. So from in the bathroom, I would leave the door open and I could see him, okay? Somehow or another, he snuck past me. I must have blinked or looked down or looked over, and he was out. And my son went down the stairs to my living room, lifted a small window, and went out the window through the front porch and down the road, was heading to his grandmother's, another whole town away, walking down the street because that's the direction we would drive the car to go to her house, and he knew that. So it does happen, you guys, and it's a very, very scary thing. Luckily for us, the lady down the street knew him from seeing us outside with him, all this stuff, and he was in a diaper too. And she was like hooked him real quick, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And he said, "I'm going to grandma's." And as I got out, I went through my whole house within like 30 seconds, and finally I seen the window was cracked like that much, and I said, "There's no way he did that. I'll be damned if he didn't." And I ran out the door, and here he come walking up the road with the neighbor lady, and I was almost in tears. But after that, the windows went locked and locked down, everything. I mean, it was scary for a while until he got old enough to understand you just can't do that, you know? So, it does happen, guys, and it's a scary thing. So if you got little ones like that and they're hyperactive or they're just busy, watch them, guys, please, because it can be dangerous. And again, so he slipped out of the garage door. Brandy didn't hear him. Where was I at? Didn't hear him leave. And since the front door makes a lot of noise, okay, we talked about that already. Okay. Michael went to the neighbor's house, knocking on their doors to see if one of his friends could come out and play. When they weren't able to, Michael went to another neighbor's house, which he struck out again there. He went to a third neighbor's house where once again he was told his friend couldn't come out and play. And that is why, you guys, that I was questioning some of these houses that were down in a row and behind them. Okay, those neighborhoods behind them. Meanwhile, back at home, Brandy and her husband finally realized that Michael was missing, and they started looking for him all over their house, their yard, and finally the neighborhood. When they failed to turn up any sign of Michael anywhere, they called the Fruitland Police Department. Authorities responded right away, but unfortunately weren't able to put out an Amber Alert. The state of Idaho, as most states do in this circumstance, requires evidence of abduction to put out a formal Amber Alert, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. The stupidest thing. I mean, 100% the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. If the child's missing, he's missing. It irritates me so bad, you guys. It really does. Really, really does. Okay. Somebody just sent me some info. There's a case between the WUNDAS. Looks like Sarah is a petitioner versus Stacy. Pitt County Magistrate. Sorry. Divorce without children, without minor children. Okay, so thank you for that info. Looks like Sarah's divorcing Stacy for whatever reason. I wonder. Gee, I wonder. But yes, thank you for that info. So that really aggravates the hell out of me with that Amber Alert thing. They put out the missing and endangered alert at 8:30 p.m. that night, 2 hours after he walked out of his house. Searchers came out in drones, and eventually over a dozen agencies would become involved, including the Fruitland Police Department, FBI, State Police, and other nearby departments. The Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue Team comes out with their trained canines to search. Investigators also use drones to search. That would end up being over 4,000 acres they searched for this little guy. The Snake River area was searched, as were nearby canals, and since nothing at all was found in the way of clues or evidence, police began to believe in the likelihood of abduction. Surprise. This little blonde, and what the weird thing is if this turns out to be what it is, it was that close to home the whole time. Are you kidding me? Again, like I said, when it comes to these little guys, you can't trust anything or anyone. This little blonde, blue-haired boy in the Minecraft t-shirt, boxer shorts, and flip-flops had just vanished. Brandy insisted that no one she knew could be responsible, and during this time, Brandy and her family were hysterical and desperate to find little Michael, and police have stated that while nothing has been completely ruled out, the family has been extremely engaged and cooperative from the very beginning, which is true. Searches continue for Michael, and investigators start fielding hundreds of tips. The chief of police, J.D. Huff, again, an excellent chief of police. This guy is on top of things. Said an investigator had been assigned to each and every lead that comes in. Another great thing. I love it. Most have turned up absolutely nothing, and the others are just inconclusive. Police were reviewing surveillance footage from homes near Michael's homes that had any type of security camera, ring doorbells, or anything like that they could review. While mostly everything appeared normal on the street around the 6:30 time frame, they did notice a few things. At 6:47, a Honda Pilot drove down the street. Further investigation showed that no one on the street had a Honda Pilot or could identify who it belonged to. Remember that Southwest 9 does cross with one other street, but other than that, it is a short road. They want to talk to this person, not because they believe they are suspects, but maybe just a possible witness to what may have happened. To date, they have not been able to identify who the car belonged to. Investigators also spotted a Dodge Avenger driving by during the same time. That they have not been able to locate as well. Police have put the information out over and over again. They just want to talk to these people to see if they may have been witnesses to something without even realizing it. So in addition to the two unidentified cars on the videos, they also spotted two different people walking at different times, meaning they weren't together, or at least didn't appear to be together. One of these was clearly a man, and he was walking to a drainage area behind some of the nearby homes. He hasn't been identified either, and that's the one that I would really like for them to be able to talk to. And police really want to speak with him as well. So in hearing this, I took a close look at Google Maps to see what this drainage ditch might be. Southwest 9 runs from South Arizona Avenue and then dead ends into Vermont Avenue. Southwest 9th Street has 18 houses on it. Behind it, to one side, looks to be a wide open farm field with what looks to be hay. I can't see a ditch of any kind, but maybe there is a small one that separates the field from the backyard of the homes. On the other side of the street, those homes back up the backyards of the houses from the adjacent road. However, at the end of Southwest 9th, when you hit Vermont, there does seem to be some type of barrier or witch that you would run into. If you cross through it, you are at the main highway. That could possibly be the drainage area. But it's not a large area and could be easily searched. It does make me wonder, however, if someone crossed through there and made it to the highway. I also think it's weird that none of these four people have come forward to identify who they are exactly, and why not? Why haven't they? Especially unless they just haven't heard. That's the only thing I could think of, because most people would want to help in this type of case. It's likely that they were just a delivery person, a real estate agent, or an appraiser, or the people walking could have been out for a walk. And while this case hasn't received any media coverage yet nationally, it has been widely talked about locally. People talk about Highway 95 being nearby, but as I study the map, it looks like Highway 84 is even closer. Highway 84 seems to connect to some major cities from Twin Falls, Idaho, all the way up to Portland, Oregon. I do have questions. Most reports state that Brandy was home with her husband that night, ordering dinner when Michael slept out. But one report states that Brandy was at work and her husband was at home with the kids. Which is it? By referring to him as her husband and not Michael's father, can we assume that he is not the biological dad? And if not, what do we know about him or his family? Police now believe this was very possibly an abduction, although it still doesn't qualify for an Amber Alert. Again, more bullshit. This is ridiculous. They need to change these things up. But an abductor would likely leave the area, so why hasn't this case made national headlines? That's the same question I have. I asked that a long time ago. This case is so tragic, and police continue to beg the public for help to check their sheds, abandoned vehicles, and or any places a 5-year-old might have climbed in to hide. The area of Idaho is now under freezing winter conditions, and it's been 5 months since he vanished. Hope seems to be dwindling every day. So, what theories do we have in this case? Michael walked off. He's an adventurous 5-year-old who really wanted to play that evening when he went outside. Did he wander off too far and get lost? But why did no one see him? And that's my thing, especially even where I'm at in the country. If you see a 5-year-old boy walking down the road or walking around off the road or anywhere like that by himself, you're going to stop and you're going to take a look and you're going to say, hey, what's going on? And try to figure something out. That's just normal human nature for us, guys. That's what we would do. And nobody did that. So my guess is that the person that saw him is the person that took him. That's my thought. But did he maybe indeed crawl into a hiding spot or get curious to check something out and become trapped? This is definitely a possibility, but you'd think all or most of these spots would have been searched. This theory, however, would not have a favorable outcome at this point. Definitely not. There's also the nearby Snake River, which is a large river, although it's been searched. Many things can be missed in river searches, which means they need to be searched multiple times. And once again, guys, that leads back to the fact that somebody that knew what was going on or was watching what was going on could have held him until that search died down to nothing, and then maybe went and did something with him like that to get him away from them. And again, many things can be missed in river searches, which means they need to be searched multiple times. Chief Huff has indicated they are continuing searches in this area still. Maybe this is a case that would benefit from some of the sonar and river dive volunteers that perform such searches. And that's a fact, and it kind of saddens me that what has happened with AWP, because I have a feeling that probably would have been done already if it weren't for the scenario that's going on with them. So again, there's one more hiccup that didn't need to happen. But, and like I said the other day, that whole scenario with AWP and everything going on with them has affected more than just those people's lives. It's affected quite a few lives. This being another possible, possibility. Michael was abducted by a stranger. Could this have been a crime of opportunity? I always think this is a strange one, though. An abductor just happens to be driving by looking for a kid to kidnap in daylight in a neighborhood. The stranger abduction theory is a hard one for me in most cases, with the exception of kids who are taken from places that kids are known to be, playgrounds, for instance, but it is possible. And number 3, Michael was abducted by someone that he knew. Brandy mentioned during one interview that she feels people may have been watching her. It's never elaborated on why she thought that. Was there something else going on, or was it the only thing that made sense to her as to why her son vanished? She is positive, however, in all of her interviews, this is the case, that it is not likely to be someone she knows. It seems with all the surveillance footage that we do have in this case and neighbor statements about Michael coming over to their house that he did indeed leave his house on his own, meaning it doesn't appear that the family was involved in his disappearance. Although in cases like this, they have to be careful to not rule anything out, as important clues can be overlooked. And it says, "What do you think happened to Michael Monkey Vaughn?" So it's been well over a year, guys. Okay, and he needs to come home. There needs to be closure for the family, and it just needs to be he needs to be home. This one's really sad. It's another one that saddens me. And for those of you that don't know, Michael is described as a Caucasian male, standing 3'6", weighing about 50 pounds. And when he was last seen, he had blonde hair and blue eyes, and was wearing a light blue mine. Sorry, Mike, I should have my glasses on. A light blue Minecraft T-shirt, black boxer shorts, and flip flops. Of course, if you have any information on the whereabouts of Michael, please contact the Fruitland Police Department at 208-642-6006. Through the family and the donors, there is a reward of $50,100 for information that leads to finding Michael. So, the end of last week, over the weekend, thank you, Miss Heather. And I've never from day one or thought that Tyler and Brandy had anything to do with this. I never have. There was just an automatic notion that they just were not involved, you guys. Just as I automatically thought that Dawn and Candace were completely involved in what happened with Summer. Yes, Linda, there's a lot of different areas that he could be in that area, and he definitely needs to be found, Breezy. I agree. That's a good way to put that, Lance, and I like that too. You know, God didn't give up on us, so why we got give up on these people? I love to help and find these people. They have a heart too. And I agree 100%. I agree 100%. Welcome, Schmooby. Good to see you, my dear. Thank you so much for jumping in here. And thank you for that as well. Yes, Izzy, that is a fact. That is a fact. Justice for Quentin Simon and Michael Vaughn, guys. Please, please. Okay, Karen. I don't really watch those channels because I just don't agree with it. I think it's a waste, in my opinion, but that's my opinion. So please, nobody take that personally. Yeah, she's definitely broken, Schmooby. There's no two ways about that. That woman she's lost so much weight, and I don't, like I said, I understand it completely. Oh Lord, yes, it did, Holly. Completely, I agree with you 100% on that. And again, it's sad, very sad. Yes, thank you. Hashtag Dylan's legacy. Definitely not forgetting about Dylan. Definitely not forgetting about it. All right. Yeah, this is sad. That's a fact right there. Thank you, Schmooby. She's not on YouTube showing off her new hair. Her new hairdo like some others do, or out partying, getting drunk. These people are just sick. All of these people that are involved in these cases, it's gross. Yes, there is my Christmas tree, Schmooby. You can't see. There you go. One of them, I should say. Yeah, this one has my it's got me biting my nails. It's driving me nuts. And I already know how it's gonna end up. Thank you, Schmoopy. I already know how this is gonna end up. I don't want it to, but as soon as I saw the fact that they were digging, I just knew. Very sadly, I knew. Yeah, it's been over a year, Linda. Or yeah, making wish lists. That's a fact, Sherry. No, they're doing what most parents would do, and they're struggling to find their child and pleading and begging for people to help them find their child because that's all they want. And they need it, guys. They need that closure. It's been a long time. A long time. This child's grown, or well, I'm hoping, but a year. He's grown a whole year, and his family's missed out on all of that. Yeah, they don't excavate anything for no reason, Daisy. That's a fact. Welcome, Jen. Good to see you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's my like I was telling everybody else. I'm kind of a crybaby about Christmas trees. I love the multicolored lights, and my wife likes just white lights. She always has. And we've always gone back and forth until we had enough room to where we could put up two trees. So she has a tree in the back, which I'll take a picture of and show you guys. And it's all white lights in her style. And then this one is the one that's mine. This is me and my youngest sons, and that one is hers. So good to know, Denise. Good to know. I I say that all the time, Jen. I really do. Thank you, Heather. Um, I do every time I talk about it. I pray that he's still with us, and somebody just picked him up, and they're gonna find him and bring him home, and that's the end of it. They are. I agree with you too, Daisy. I am 100% secure, in my opinion, that they're doing the best they can do. This law enforcement agency is really with it, and they're on top of it 100%, guys. Oh, he is 100% Shmooby. I agree. Yep, I agree. I really do agree. Very much so, you guys. Very much so. Good morning. Good to see you, Miss Gina. So great to have you stop in. Great to have you here. Hope you had a great weekend, and I hope your week is starting off amazing as it should. Let's see here. I think I may not have seen this. KTVB7 News. I make snow globe in the dark corner. Okay, my wife and granddaughter were making those over the weekend. Thank you so much, Miss Heather.
Well, it was an emotional day in Fruitland as police dug through a backyard searching for the remains of missing Fruitland boy Michael Vaughn.
And tonight, so many questions remain. Thank you for joining us here on this special. I'm Sheer Matz, and you watched as that search was happening live right here on the news at 5 and 6. Take a look now. This is an updated map of the area. The home is about 4 minutes away from the Vaughn's neighborhood where Michael was last seen. The then 5-year-old went missing in July of last year. and there's been a nationwide search since. KTV was first on scene today, and Jude Binkley walks us through what we know so far.
Fruitland Police Chief J.D. Huff confirmed they're looking for missing Michael Vaughn's remains in the backyard of this house on Red Wing Street in Fruitland. On Saturday afternoon, law enforcement and search crews dug up the backyard of a home nestled in this Fruitland subdivision, only 4 minutes away from where Michael Vaughn lived and was last seen. Police got a search warrant to scour this house on Red Wing Street in Fruitland Friday night and all day Saturday. Fruitland Police Chief J.D. Huff said they received a credible tip, one of more than 1,200 tips they've fielded about Michael's case since he went missing on July 27, 2021. At a press
The
conference
Snake River
this
is
summer,
right
Huff
near
told
there.
reporters a legitimate tip brought their investigation back to the area of Fruitland. Fruitland PD, Idaho State Police, and Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue used heavy machinery, including a backhoe, to dig. They cut down a tree and part of the fence. Canines were also out, helping search for any remains. Huff says a couple lives at the house but doesn't own it. He isn't aware of any connection they have to the Vaughn family.
No matter what's happened, it's been tragic for the family, and that's tough.
A neighbor told us he's never seen a search like this in the area. Mike Parker says crews knocked on his door and other neighbors in the past.
Almost immediately I had a knock on the door that night. I wanted to, check our backyard, check the garage, check, to see if there's any way there was around. We've had to police the house a couple of different times over the last year or so. They showed me a picture of a kid's little scooter thing, looked like it was sun-drenched if I'd seen that. And
police say they'll keep searching until they hit every inch of the yard. Crews wrapped up here at about 5:30 tonight, and they'll be back on scene Sunday morning at around 9:30.
And we will be back out there as well, continuing our coverage as crews continue their search tomorrow. And to stay up to date, you can follow this story as it develops at Key.
Area we're talking about. You can see the home police are searching in proximity to where Michael's home is. Our crews on the scene say it's only about 4 minutes away. Our Abby Davis has been there throughout the day today, and she is live on the scene to update us with the latest information. Abby?
Doug, law enforcement have been out here since Friday after they received a very credible report.
Sorry, guys. They're having that same problem around here, Miss Linda. That's a fact. That is a fact. That is really, actually, really wonderful.
So
Very much so. I feel so bad for these guys. These guys, I mean, they're just like really, really bad for these guys. They don't deserve any of this, you guys. At all.
Just got off the press conference. Can you tell me a little bit about how you're feeling about how it went and what type of information that they released, and how the investigation is going in your perspective?
There's a lot of stuff that they're working on that is new stuff that made me very hopeful that I'm not going to go into. But we both know that they're working tirelessly. So I always feel good when coming out of there. They work very hard.
And when you say hopeful, can you kind of explain what that means to you? With these new, I guess, new leads, but you know what they're looking into.
We both tried to stay hopeful through the whole thing, but the things that are working on make me hopeful that we'll have answers eventually, and he'll come home.
He's coming home, and they're not going to give up.
I guarantee it, Ruby.
So with
Guarantee it.
with the update that Huff gave when he said that they're looking in the area again, do you know do you know kind of if they're looking at people that you guys know, or is it really just general, or is there anything you can speak to on that, or that?
We don't really know anything.
There's nothing that we can speak on that matter, and they're looking into every lead in persons of interest. We don't know those, and what I can say is that they're doing everything they possibly can. Everything they possibly can to find Michael.
Broken.
So
Does it, so Huff said, well, I mean, the family hasn't been cleared, but they've been cooperative. I mean, do you have any comment on that? Like, some people speculate that, oh, because the family hasn't been cleared, that they're guilty, or they're this. But I mean, what do you guys take away from that? Because obviously it can be hard to clear somebody, you know, just because everything is so outstanding. I kind of wonder how you think about that.
I think they're doing everything they can to find Michael, and like you said, it's extremely hard to be 100% on anybody. So we're just taking it as it goes, and I'm sure eventually we'll get there.
Have you guys been told otherwise? Because I know there's been rumors circulating around just online and even just around the community. Have you guys been told otherwise about being cleared?
we are working with law enforcement 100%. And I will say that they are a very, very big part of our lives continuously. And
I'm sorry to hear that as
we
well,
will
Breezy.
continue to work with them 110%.
Both of you guys.
So when everything is cleared, or
when they're ready to take that step, we'll be grateful, but we know it takes time.
And just with information that's been released in the past year, I mean, it was pretty consecutive in the first early months. Started to slow down a little bit just from police, and now it's been a while. This was the first press conference we've had since November, which I guess kind of contributes to just speculation around.
And this was 3 months ago.
With the lack of information that's been released from police in the past 6 months, which has led to this speculation, do you think law enforcement should release more information, or just to combat those people that are coming up with these theories?
Most of the theories, I think, are completely not grounded in reality for the most part. And I wouldn't want them to release anything that jeopardized the case. I mean, the person that has Michael could be watching, and I mean, it's I wouldn't want them to put anything out that they shouldn't.
I believe they've done an amazing job, and they continue to do an amazing job. And they're they're not, they know the facts. They know the truth. They have the truth. And the things they're working on is very important because Michael is our son and they want him home just as much as we do. So for them to do what they're trying to do and their jobs is highly important. And I respect that. Yes, it is frustrating at times. But
Back in December, you told me that you believe Michael was taken. Do you still feel that same way today? And has there been new developments or anything that's made you feel more strongly about that?
yes, sir. Wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly. And we're going to find him. And whoever decided that they could take Michael, they need or has information, they need to come forward. It's been almost a year. It has been 351 days.
Do you feel strongly one way or the other if it was a stranger or somebody that knew him at all? Do you feel any which way about that, or do you just not know?
I agree, sadly, Smoothie.
Don't know.
Don't know.
We definitely feel that he was taken. I mean, Tristan's been here from the beginning, but it was
That's
thousands
horrible,
of people
Linda.
here. Like he's not here, so he must be somewhere else.
Tyler, can you walk us through just that night? I know you were home with the kids. Can you just walk us through everything that happened last July?
Went back to change bug. Michael was playing on his Switch. She was sleeping, so it took a minute for me to rouse her. And then I changed a diaper and ordered pizza. Probably took me, I don't know, 15 minutes maybe. And came back out and went outside to smoke, and Monkey wasn't outside, so I figured he was inside with his brother, wasn't inside, and then I started to freak out, and it's all kind of a blur from there, just running all over the neighborhood and tickle.
Hi, Pickles.
Did you
what time is that?
I agree, Smoothie.
I ordered the pizza at 6:40. I really couldn't tell you any other timestamp besides that with 100% certainty. I don't even know if that's when I entered the order or when I finished the order or what. The receipt said 6:40.
And were you in the house when you ordered, or were you outside?
No, I was in the back bedroom with Bug.
And following, when you realized that you didn't know where Michael was, what did you do then? Did you knock on neighbors' doors? Did you?
I came outside and I looked down the street and I hopped in the car and called Brandy and drove to the splash pad and then all over the neighborhood, walking, running, driving. Like I couldn't tell you where.
I agree.
I didn't leave the neighborhood. All down this, 8th Street complex. We were both all over.
Some of the people that like to speculate are wondering, well, you know, why did you call Brandy? Why didn't you just call the police first? I mean, what was your rush? What was your thought going into that? I mean,
Why would
obviously,
you
it
ask
probably
that
wasn't rational
question?
because you were anxious.
What would you
But I
do,
mean,
lady?
Can you just explain a little bit about your process?
It's called panic
I
mode.
was scared, and she was the first person I thought to call. I needed her home as fast as I could because I was panicked and out of my mind.
As would any other parent, probably.
Just going off of that question, I just think, I'm sure you guys see a lot of
People
stuff
are
online
just
as well. I mean,
relentless
last
sometimes.
person to see is people speculate about that. What would you say just to people to help clear your name a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, anybody that's looked into the timeline, I feel like there was no time for me to do anything. Not to mention, I didn't leave the neighborhood besides in a cop car for 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
I mean, there's thousands of people everywhere. I mean, there's nothing that I could have done. And I don't know how some people don't see that, but
I agree,
Talking about
Smoothie.
your relationship with Michael.
Yeah.
What was he like to you?
What is
Sir,
he like?
is.
Yeah, don't do that.
What is he like to you?
Thank you.
My best little buddy. We do, comic books, monster trucks. He's the sweetest little boy in the world. He's always trying to help.
Oh.
He's perfect with his sister. They have an amazing relationship.
Both his sisters.
Both his sisters. He's a wonderful, wonderful
No worries,
little
Molly.
boy. And
They are too, Smoothie. They could
yes.
phrase these questions better.
How buggy after it's been this long? I mean, how do you explain to such a small child, like, what's going on? And I know it's really hard to answer, but how do you tell?
We can't say when they're older to go to their dads that they're bye-bye right now, because that's the only thing that I could figure. I for 2 months I didn't know what to tell her, and she had just really started talking at that point, and so we don't say bye-bye.
I just want to scream at the floor and tell him to shut up. I swear to God.
He's coming home. He'll be home.
It's really sad.
He's just there right now. So.
And she is so ridiculously strong.
Pick up his pictures and give him kisses. Set him up in front of the coffee table and watch TV with him.
She pulls out his Batman cape and
She seems like a very headstrong little girl.
oh yeah.
I don't know where she gets that from.
I don't know where she gets that from.
Looking back as we approach 1 year mark, what do you, besides finding Uncle, bringing him home, what would you like to see law enforcement? What would you like to see the community? What would you like to see the world continue to do?
Keep space out there. Don't let the story go away.
Bring him home.
Bring him home. Hope that somebody finally sees one of these, or somebody finally gets the courage to come forward and give that tip that leads us to him, or maybe the person that has him, drop him off at a hospital or a police station, or whatever. Just let him come back home.
You mentioned hope. What does hope look like right now?
The strength with law enforcement and our community members and our family. All of us standing strong, that none of us are going to stop. Not a single one of us will stop. Michael is going to come home, and we're going to do the best we can to help others as well.
Does it feel like it's been a year?
It was a very quick year and long year at the same time. Like, it's time is
It can't be a year. It can't be.
How do you go through every day without him being found? I mean, it's been a year.
What are these questions? These questions are ridiculous.
Every day is a struggle. That's kind of how we do it, is day to day. I don't want to get out of bed every day. But we do it, and we try to keep our stuff together.
Try.
And just get through every day. Being every day gets us closer to being whole again.
I'm not sure how familiar you were with law enforcement and just how this whole system works before. Do you guys read, study other missing children's cases? And do you compare Michael's to other missing children's cases? Do you see timelines? And is there anything you've learned or obtained just this last year that's kept you going? Or is there any cases that are similar to Michael's that you've seen success from?
Yes. I have. It's very hard, right?
I stay off of social media.
There have been a lot of cases that have brought hope, and
No, Linda, I couldn't.
continue to share those. And
Oh, he's taking over this interview now. Huh?
Well, you're going to be a reporter.
folks,
Yeah, that's true, Schmovie. That's absolutely true.
I want to help wherever I can. And our whole family does.
Through the John Walsh Foundation.
I help them to have
information. So I speak with another lady every week.
So it has been verified 100% that Sarah Wandra has been formally charged through the state of Idaho, Fayette County prosecutor, with fail to notify or delay notification of, as of 11/12 of 2022. That is a third degree, statute 11943. It's a level 3 felony. Yes, That was as of the 12th. Listed as a new criminal case as of today. So that has been 100% verified, you guys. And of course, he's already been there. So what I'm wondering, because they haven't released any. Thank you, Miss Heather, as always. Yeah, mods, if you could handle some of that stuff, please. That which you probably already have, but thank you. Why they're not charging him with anything, I don't understand that unless they're building something more of a case against him. So I think they already know. And I think that the dig is probably for full-blown evidence in this scenario. Yeah, for the most part, Linda, it is. Gotcha, Schmovie. So obviously they're both involved, and what's the motive is what makes I'm so sick of these people. I'm so these aren't even people. I'm so sick of this. I really am. God. Yeah, well, it is what it is, Molly. Excuse me, sorry about that. So that has been verified.
And she's been through a very similar situation.
I'm sure, Holly, I'm sure.
That's
what cowards do.
We've
I
also,
tried that.
with a few other foundations.
Yeah.
They've been very helpful. Kane and Melissa.
The Karen Hartman Foundation has been extremely helpful.
I mean, not maybe necessarily the same situation, but can I sit down?
I don't know for a fact, Schmovie. I haven't seen that. I heard that, but I didn't want to say yay or nay on that because I didn't know for sure.
Information? Is it faith or beliefs or just like
It's very possible, Pamela.
where does hope come from within you?
We just know we can't give up, and so we have to have hope. And as hard as that is sometimes to hold,
very possible, Schmovie.
We have each other, we have family, and just we maintain that hope that he's coming home.
On my last question, at the press conference today, Chief Hopper said that there have been some people that are uncooperative. When you heard that, was that new information?
I don't know that either, Pamela. As of right now.
What kind of feeling did you get?
Yeah, it very well could be, Schmovie.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that too, Heather. Sarah Wunda is
I mean, they're probably like, when
Yeah, but
Or they know, and
it was Sarah and Stacy Wunda. They're a couple. They lived behind. That's the yard that they're digging up.
everything.
Yeah, I mean, just
They lived
I've
behind
only had one
the Vaughns.
Well,
bad scenario, but
right.
you have to deal with stuff like that.
Law
almost
enforcement
on a
was
daily.
right here in a minute, so less than a minute.
was it just someone harassing you guys?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a private press conference when we did it inside the
In
city
November.
hall. Somebody followed us home from that press conference, and it turned into
Not a great scenario. So
back to my other question. Just, you said that some people have been uncooperative. What kind of feeling did you guys get? What's going through your mind?
Why would you not cooperate? Why? Like,
Right, Linda, right.
it's been almost a year, and you have watched us walk every inch of this town every day. We work locally. Why you see us? You see us every day. You see our family. You see
Amen to that
children.
one, Smoothie.
They're heartbroken.
Amen to that
All of
one.
us are heartbroken. Why would you
It's a missing child. Why wouldn't you?
And are these
That's what nobody
charges that
understands.
law enforcement has made you aware of, or is it just they've kept it kind of under wraps, like specific people?
That's to their discretion.
Does that, I guess there's part of you that's like, I want to know every part of this case. I want to know every piece of information. But also law enforcement not giving you every single piece of information. Does that give you a good sense that they're...
For those of you that don't know what
Yes.
Michael looks like,
I personally have kind of left everything up to them. You know, I'll report stuff that comes to me, of course.
That's him.
Should have gone there in the first place. But I would say at the beginning of it, we were both very like, we want to know everything. And then
an adorable little guy. Looks just like his mama.
Right.
there was
Aw.
and then there were certain things that that happened that changed my mind really fast about
Amen to
wanting
that,
know
Nana.
everything. You know, there's some not very nice people in this world.
It's
and,
okay, Molly.
We have
No worries
learned
whatsoever.
that the hard way.
Yeah. You go inside?
Time. Is there anything you guys...
We'll climb in a second. Okay.
Hold on, baby.
We'll help you climb.
The attention's immediately diverted. Yeah, is there anything you guys just want to say before we...
We appreciate the police department and all the agencies involved for keeping doing what they're doing. We appreciate Tristan. He's been very good about keeping the story out there, and we want our baby home.
Please. If somebody knows,
Thank
something.
you once again, Ms. Heather.
Please. Use your
For those of you
strength.
that
Use
just
your
came
courage.
in, anyone that has
forward.
donated to the PayPal and or Cash App, thank you
My
so
daughter
much
deserves
for
the
that.
Home. with us
My
and our
entire family thanks you deeply from the bottom of our
His
hearts.
baby sister needs
It's
him.
been very helpful, and we do
Big
appreciate it more
sister,
than you
his big
know.
brother. All of us. We all need him. He needs to come home and climb trees with his little sister. So, please, if please, we are begging as a family, as a whole, as a community, as the world. We're begging, please, have your strength and courage
I
to give
agree,
us
Smoothie.
something to bring Michael home. And Monkey, we love you. And we miss you.
No.
If we were to get into Michael's head a little bit, would he have known
All right, enough already, guys.
he was taken?
We've
Would he
had
have
enough.
known that he shouldn't be going with these people? Was he aware? And would he try to contact you?
He knows where he lives. He knows He knows what city, what state he lives in, and he knows that mommy's
That's
name.
true too,
Mommy's real name.
Pamela. Very true.
So, we were working on phone numbers and the address, but he does know where he's supposed to be.
You think he would have screamed out or yelled out? Or
Yeah, I know. And that's what it is too. It's sad.
I believe he would have.
Enough questions already. Let them alone, for God's sakes. Leave them be. Thank you, Holly.
Yeah, the police officers are amazing.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Okay. That was hard to watch. Very hard to watch. Thank you, Holly and Heather, both. Very much appreciated. Tell you what, they're strong. They're very strong for sure. There's been a lot of weird stuff attached to the WUNDAS. There's letters that have been written, things said, just the way that they act on their social media accounts and stuff. It was sad and it was very heartbreaking. It was hard for me to watch, and just sit here with you guys without, I got teary-eyed too. They are very strong, and I God bless them, both of them, the whole family, all of them, the children, everything. God bless them all. My prayers and thoughts are going to be with them as well as with everybody else in the other cases we're working as they are every day, guys. Unending, because I just have a horrible feeling how this is ending, as we all probably do. And it's nothing like what we all wanted. So it's not fair. Good. Lock her up and throw away the key, as far as I'm concerned. I don't believe in the death penalty, you guys, especially when it comes to the cases where these children are involved, because that's too easy to me. It's too easy. It's an escape. You're getting out of what you did. I very strongly feel that they should be locked up. And when I say life, multiple life terms, by the way the system works. I'm not talking 25 years to life, or 25 years, or half of 25 years, or getting out on good behavior and all that. No. I think they need to sit for life, depending, however old they are, the rest of their life till the day that they're done. And it's time for them to go to hell, because that's where they're going to go. I think they need to sit there and be as miserable and just as miserable as they could possibly be, and suffer and sit and think about what they did to that beautiful child, and what they did to the family and the people, everybody else that watches this stuff happen. And that's what they need. That's what needs to happen. So that's my thought. By the way, if anybody wanted to give a call in today and talk in regards to this, please feel free. The number again is 234-703-4047. Please give a call. Tell me your thoughts, theories, whatever you want to say. Give me a call, guys. I'd love to hear your voices. Should have been. I agree. I agree, Lance. I do. When I was younger, I believed in it. But I was immature, and you don't think about certain things. And I truly, after I got involved in a lot of these cases and I've seen what happens and all that, I think they should have to sit forever and ever and ever, and then one more day, and be as miserable as misery can make you as a human being, and suffer through whatever they have to suffer through, and think about what they've done for the rest of their lives. And if they're even remotely human, their conscience will destroy them bit by bit by bit. That's what I think they deserve. Yeah, it is too. Okay, here we go, guys. It said that they believe more people have knowledge of this and will be seeking out those people. Her arraignment is at 1:30 today in Fayette County. Chief Huff just confirmed that Sarah Wandra, an occupant of the home that they are excavating, may have had knowledge of Michael's death and failed to report it. The credible lead came from someone else inside the home. Michael's flyer was on her fridge.
Because I'm diabetic and my blood sugar, according to these things, I've been almost consistently between like 300, and I'm doing up
to
600. Basically, where the modern medicine tells you that you're going to be in a coma, or you should have already been in a coma. It's been like that for like years now. Still walking around, cleaning my house, praising Jesus, because I'm diabetic and my blood sugar, according to these things, have been almost consistently between like 300, sometimes even up to 600. Basically, where the modern medicine tells you that you're going to be in a coma, or you should have already been in a coma. It's been like that for like years now. Still walking around, cleaning my house, praising Jesus, because I'm diabetic.
Yeah.
And
praising Jesus, my ass. Unbelievable. Unreal. Yeah, sick my ass. Welcome back, Smoothie. This is just unbelievable. I mean, it really is. Thank you for whoever sent me that as well in regards to, or who was that? Polly, thank you. In regards to Jared, thank you that. Like I said, I appreciate every one of you guys for sending me everything you guys send me. I really do. She is. Welcome, Life, Love, and True Crime. She is. She's just creepy, disgusting, nasty. They both are. They both, most, just looking at them, they make me sick. I hope the little one feels better, Heather. I want to know who else is in the house that gave them that tip. That's what I'm curious. If she was in the house. I don't care. I mean, honestly, she doesn't deserve to, in my opinion, she doesn't deserve to breathe, but it is what it is. That is Sarah Wondra, the one that was just picked up today. I still think she knows what's going on. I do. I think she knows 100% of what's going on, guys. Hello? Oh, that's cute. One of the trolls decided to send me a prank call. Gotta love it. I agree, Carol. Thank you for joining us. It was the 12th. Life, Love, and True Crime. Yeah, she was picked up and charged on the 12th, Holly. Very much so, Lance. You too, Cheryl. Thanks so much for joining us today. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great day and an amazing dinner, as I'm sure you will, and I will see you soon. Thanks for being here. I'll take my magnifying glasses off. Oh, Lord, 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 Lord. Oh, thank you, Miss Linda. I appreciate that so much with the super sticker. Oh, it's okay, Linda. Absolutely no worries whatsoever. We appreciate that so very much. So very much. Thank you so much for that.
Anna Jarway has made more than $300 in the last 10 months just by filling up her gas tank. The app lists hundreds of gas stations to choose from. Fill up there, and
Why
that's
is this doing
money
this?
goes from
Lord. Sorry, guys. Oh, no, don't worry about that, Linda. It's fine. Absolutely fine. Thank you, Heather. I mean, like, it makes me wonder, like, what the hell the deal is with this, too. You know what I mean, Holly? She's right, though. Sheriff Huff said that they believe that more people knew about this and that they're going to be seeking those people out. Like, how many people is more people? How many people knew about this and thought it was okay just to be quiet about it? You know what I mean? It's disgusting, you guys. It's absolutely disgusting. Yeah, please don't feel bad whatsoever, Linda. That's very nice, and I appreciate it very much so. I absolutely agree, Miss Izzy. I absolutely agree. 100%. What's that, Karen? Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Does anybody have anything they would like to add? Thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. I do try. Sometimes it's hard to get some of this stuff because you can only do certain things on YouTube, and we have to watch where our where our info comes from. Thank you, Miss Heather. I appreciate that very much. So it does make it hard at times. At times, for sure. Oh, yes, there is my Christmas tree. Welcome, Carol Hagerman. Good to see you. All right, let's see here.
There's no outlet.
That's what I have on that. Oop, give me 1 second, everybody. Be right back. Sorry. All right, I'm back. Sorry. I hope soon, Schmovie. I hope those charges come. I think they're probably. I think they're probably waiting to get the. Unfortunately, I have to say it, but the remains. Carol, I don't know if you're familiar with the Michael Vaughn case. They had started digging on somebody's property at the end of last week, and then the people that live back on that property. The Stacy and Sarah WUNDAS. Stacy has been in jail for a while, quite a while, and then Sarah was picked up on the 12th and charged with failing to report a death to the police and the coroner. And now they're saying that they believe there's more people located. Sorry, I got to go. Oh, no worries, Izzy. You have a great day. Thank you so much for jumping in here with us. Love you to death and hope to see you soon. I understand, Lance. Absolutely. Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. Yeah, this has me kind of sad, you guys. Sorry, I don't mean to be bummed out. I know how this is ending already, and that's why I'm just kind of bummed out today. But I wanted to make sure you guys, if you weren't already informed, were informed. As always, so please don't pay me any attention today. It just bums me out a little bit, that's all. I was really hoping and praying for some kind of a different outcome, as we always do. Yeah, it's the name is Michael Vaughn. He went missing July 27th of 2021. If I had all the money in the world, where would be the first place I would go? Out to dinner with my family. Honestly, that's where I would go, guys. I would take my family and go out to dinner. We haven't done that in over a year. Well, actually almost 2 years, guys. We haven't been out to a restaurant in well over almost 2 years, yeah. We've been like McDonald's and something, but that's about it. But that's what we would do. Well, I just don't want to be down with you guys or in front of you guys. You know what I mean? I try not to do that, but this one bugged me. They all do. You guys know how I am. I get personally invested in these, and it saddens me to an extent. I plan on it. I have to catch some things up first, really, but of course, it would be nice. Pennies. Keyword pennies. God, everything's so expensive, though. It's a good idea, though. We haven't done it in a long time. It's so weird. Mostly it was because of COVID, but it is real life. That's a fact. That's what saddens me so much, Holly, is you put so much faith in the human race and the people. I mean, obviously you guys are beautiful people, and not everybody are you guys, though. There are very scary people out there, and it's hard for me to understand. I wasn't sheltered as a child by any means. My mother can attest to that. I was taught everything, and I knew these things went on. There was a boy in my neighborhood that was unalived very horribly at 12 years old. I lost one of my best friends when he was 12. He fell out of a tree and impaled himself on a fence post. And then he ended up with a very bad infection and he lost his life. So I knew about these types of things as I was growing up, but you just don't expect other people to do these things that they do. And it just, I don't know, it's hard to take sometimes. You know what I mean? Oh, 100%, Linda. I'm waiting to hear the full blown length of the charges and whatnot. And I hope that these people have enough soul left in their bodies to just say, hey, this is what happened. Here he is. I hope. That's all I can say is I hope for that. I do. I'm so sorry to hear that, Carol. Good Lord. We will be praying for you and sending good vibes your way and hope that doesn't happen. That doesn't make you selfish, Daisy. Everybody has their dreams and their needs, but I'd do something with my family. We'd go and do something because we don't get to do that. We don't go anywhere. I don't go anywhere really. My wife does, but the Northern Lights. That would be beautiful, Shmooby. That's a good idea. I don't think I could get there because I'd have to fly there, and that just doesn't sound like a plan to me at all. I'm just saying, I'm sorry. So, yeah, I have a child that's kind of scary in a lot of ways too. Like I said, he got involved in drugs, and I had to ask him to not come around because I didn't want him around his younger brother that way, and it's what it is, you know. I appreciate that, Linda and Holly. I do. I really do. And I love you guys. You have no idea. I really do. You guys are like just amazing. I appreciate you guys coming in here with me and doing this every day. I appreciate you guys bearing with my mistakes and my flaws and still coming back every day. I love you guys to death. I really do. You guys are an amazing community of people, and I know I say it to you guys all the time. I can't ever say it enough. So, thank you once again for being who you are. It does it, Carol. It does it. It takes it all. My son has 3 beautiful children that he chose not to make an important part of his life for a long time. That's right, Karen. That is absolutely right. Thank you again, Miss Heather. Very much. I very much appreciate that. I absolutely, Shmooby. I would do nothing more, nothing less, or I would do nothing less for you guys. You guys just deserve so much more than that, but I give you the best I can. I promise you that. Thank you very much, Life, Love, and True Crime. I appreciate that as well. That's a fact. That's a fact, strong. Or Lance, we are very strong. Okay. Well, thank you, Miss Carol. I appreciate you being here. I really do. Very much so. I hope you enjoyed enough to want to come back over and over again because I love to have you here. 100%. And again, thank you to all the meatballs that decided to become members for wanting to become a meatball and jump into sauce every day with me and spill the sauce, guys. I agree, April. I do. Absolutely, April. April, have a great day. You and go get your dog's haircut and groomed, and you enjoy all that. And I will see you soon. Thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate that, Carol. I very much do. That's fact, Lance, and we enjoy having you here. All right, guys. Well, once again, as always, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for all that you guys do for my channel and have done for my channel and for me and my family. I appreciate the support and everything. I love you guys. We love you guys to death. I appreciate each and every one of you specifically. Thank you, Miss Linda. I hope you guys all have a amazing rest of your day. That we are, Miss Karen. We are one big family, and I appreciate you guys so very much. It's so great to see you, Kelly. I'm sorry we're getting ready to end it now, but thank you so much for joining me when you did. I appreciate you as well. I hope you guys all have a great day. I don't know what's going to happen welcome, Miss Carol. We do have a new meatball in the sauce, everybody. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Thank you so much, Life, Love, and True Crime. I appreciate that. I really do. You guys know that. I really do appreciate you. Yes, Miss Karen, absolutely no problem. We love you too, Kelly. I don't know what's going to happen. I may be here tonight. I may not. I don't like to tell you guys that and promise you because things are always going on in my life. There's so much stuff we got to do when she gets home, but welcome to the meatballs. Welcome to the sauce, Miss Carol. So glad to have you here. Again, guys, have an amazing day. Don't forget, you guys, to love yourselves and to love each other. And guys, thank you so much for being who you are. I appreciate you just for that. Have a great one. I love you, and I'll see you soon.